Alrighty, welcome everyone. So today we're going to be having a look at plotting scatterplots for ourselves. And then I want to use the skills we did last lesson on describing it to then see if we can interpret these descriptions back into a real context. To start off with, I really just want us to be able to plot. So, start off, to plot we need an axis. So let me just drop an axis. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to work out which one explains the other. So the question is, does the hours of homework affect the test result, or does the test result affect the number of hours of homework? Well, in my mind, the more homework you do, or if you change the amount of homework you do, it's going to change your test result. So that means hours of homework needs to go down here. And then test result is going to go up the side. And you'll notice the test result's out of 100, and the hours of homework is between 0 and 10. So first of all, let's do the hours of homework. Well, I'm just going to set up my axes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one thing you'll notice is that numbers appear multiple times, which is something we haven't come across with when we were doing plotting lines. And that's because we were plotting perfect lines. Now we're plotting real data. And with real data, some people who work for 3 hours are going to get a better mark than other people who also did 3 hours of homework a week. So it's not exactly a fair system in terms of that. And because I'm doing a percentage scale, I'm also just going to go up in tens. So 0, 10, 20. And I might put the percentage sign up here so I don't have to write it so many times. All the way up to 100. Oh, not 900%, 100%. Alrighty. So now it's time to actually start plotting the points. Now it's a little bit harder than, say, doing a line graph, just because you have got to have a look across and see. So at 3, it's 39 high. So at 3, we go up to just underneath 40. So there's my first point. Next one is 10 is at 100% of there. 8 is at 80%. 3 is at 17%. Well, a bit higher than that. 6 is at 32. 0 is at 10%. 6 is at 54%. 2 is at 18. You can see I'm just plotting all the points out. It takes a bit of patience and a bit of time. It's not too difficult once you've had to go through. Got 2 points in the same spot. Doesn't matter, just draw one. And lucky last point. Alrighty, so now I've actually done my scatter plot. Now we need to start thinking about correlation. Well, it looks pretty linear to me, right? You can see that if I draw a straight line, just by eye, that I can get quite a few that are quite close to the points. But you notice if I draw it a little bit higher, these points down here miss out. If I draw it a little bit lower, then these points miss out. And I could change the angle to try better, but you can always see that I'm always going to have a bit of trouble getting it straight for every single line. And that's probably a sign that it's not strong. It's probably closer to moderate. So it's linear for sure. I'm going to say it's moderate. And having a look at it, all of these lines I'm drawing are definitely pointing up to the right, which means that they are positive. Alrighty. Now what does that mean? Well, linear means there's a correlation between them. Hours of homework is going to affect your test result. Moderate means that there's a fair bit of evidence that it does actually work. And positive means that as you increase the hours of homework you do, you also increase the test result. That's what positive means, is that as one increases, so does the other. And obviously it's not always exactly true. Like for example, if we look at the 6 hours of study a week people, there were 2 different people who scored 20% different. So it doesn't mean that it always is, it just means that you're more likely to be higher up. And you can see this person down here who got 7 hours still only got 36% even after studying 7 hours. You can see that it's just different sort of things. Now I want you to have a plot of this data. It's a little bit different. And once again, after you're finished, I want you to tell me what the correlation is and see if you can work out what that means back to the story of the data. Alrighty, let's get started. Got to draw up my axes first of all. So 0 to 10 down the bottom because we're doing hours of homework down here. And up here we're going to do a percentage, test result. And once again, I'm not going to write the percentage next to every single one. Why? Because I'm going to use it in my axes label so that I don't have to write it so many times. Alrighty. Cool. So now we've got to actually start plotting the points. Worked out everything else, now it's just the plot pointing time. So 442, 217, 322, 532, 779, 224, 450, 865, 544, 117, 646, 221, 779, and that's it. Once again, let's have a look at a few of the different lines that could go through. We could go about there, about there, about there. I mean, they're all pretty close. So I'm actually going to lean a little bit more closer. I definitely think it's linear. I definitely think it's positive. And I think this one, a little bit stronger correlation than the previous one. So I might actually call this one strong. And what does it mean? It means that as you increase the amount of hours of homework you do, your test result also increases. That's what positive means. Alrighty. That's how we plot scatterplots, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.